Welcome back to this EMS 256 repair. So a lot's happened since the last video. I basically took all the cards out and I wanted to put all the ICs into sockets, and on replacing the ICs, all these ones were faulty. They're a mixture of logic gates and some op amps, and although all that has been fixed, only one extra function now has appeared on the 256, but we are now getting CV in, goes to the system, and then the CV coming out, which it wasn't before. Actually, I take some of that back. So we're using the key input and the A. So that's working. And if we switch it to layer 2, which is C, neither pitch nor CV is working. If we go to layer 3, so layer 3 is working now, and that had an X on the gate before, so that's good. Now let's try layer. So the key's working but no B output. No pitch on the D output. But F is working. So this is slowly coming back to life. Unfortunately, it's still not recording any data. It says it is. Let me spin it around and I'll show you what I've done at the back. So I think we're going to push our luck with the amount of insertion times we can put these boards in and out, but we take it easy. So on this board, I think there was 5 op amps that had gone faulty. I've replaced them all, even the good ones. They're all about the same age looking. On board A, this chip had gone faulty. Board B, these 3 op amps had gone faulty. Board C, that looked pretty clean. Yeah, this has still got all its original chips. Board D, this chip had failed and this chip had failed. Board E, this chip had failed, this chip had failed, this chip had failed. Board F, this chip had failed. Board G, this chip had failed. Board H, and that looks like it's got all the original chips on it. I think that's the clock board. And board J, yeah, that's got all original chips in. Board K had 2 ICs faulty. Board L had this chip was faulty. And board M was all the chips measured okay. So that was definitely a worthwhile endeavour. So all those faults I didn't have to trace. Some of the ICs, like the MC1812s and some of the shift registers, which I'm a bit worried about, which are in these packages. So the next step will be to start probing, and I did have an idea to make an extender board using an old PCB. Unfortunately, I didn't take into account it doesn't slide all the way in because it catches on the plastic. So I'm going to have to make my own. So back in KiCad, and again not doing a schematic but just drawing it using the PCB editor. And this is version 10, a new update, and I'll just quickly show you a good update that they've done. Is that we can now have a wizard for making footprints. So to do this edge connector, I just used a standard SMD footprint, and you can very easily say we want one row, we want the pitch to be 2.54, say the pad width 1.8, pad length. So it's very quickly to make new footprints. But anyway, I digress. So I've made this new PCB, and I'll just show you in 3D. And we've got a notch here for the locator as well. Left enough space for the edge connector to fit. I might even put a bit of glue because there's going to be a lot of in and out of this. I don't want to put any stress on these solder pins. Nothing on the back. Now I was working from a low res schematic, but I was able to try and fill out which pins did what, and I put them on both sides of the PCB. There was some other ones, like these memory lines are actually paralleled, and as you go further along the racking system, different pins get paralleled, but I could only spend so much and read so much from the low-res schematic, so at least that gave me something to work with. But really cool, really happy with that. Now, because I've just updated to 10, I noticed that my PCBWay plugin is missing. So if we go into the plugin content manager, and this is in fabrication plugins, it's not in the first tab, it's in the second tab, and we just install the plugin. And now hopefully when we go back here, we have the PCBWay plugin. So all I need to do is press that, and it takes us to the PCBWay webpage, loads all the information so you don't have to worry about anything, and even provides you nice Gerber viewers. It's looking really good. The only thing special on this is going to have a red silk solder mask. And you can save to cart. So that's really exciting and a much better option than using this. I'd have had to hand wire 60 wires to the PCB as well. But now I have proper right angle edge connector, which will fit on the new PCB. And PCBWay will be sending me 5 PCBs, and I've got 5 edge connectors. So that's really going to help me in fault finding this 256 sequencer. And you might think, why on earth did I go to all this trouble? Well, believe it or not, there is another sequencer in the Synthy 100, which is in the Pete Townshend studio at the University of West London, and that also needs some attention. So it's well worth me being able to make some of my own extender cards. And also now everything is socketed, it's going to make it a lot easier to fault find. So stay tuned to the next episode, where hopefully we can make some more progress with this EMS 256. Catch you next time.